my Minecraft guys, cause on non-binary pals. And yes, you've read the title right. In this video, we're going to be doing our second improvement video, and this time we're looking at the Ute. So cracking off back in the old quarry, I've decided to, do the same format I did with the Sun Tyrants, and that starts with looking at the old model. And with the modeling, I have to say, it's not great. I mean, it's similar to like the Weeping Angels and the Silence and that sort of era of the Dalek mod, where they got better at modeling, so they went a bit sort of too defined, and they've got a lot better now because they're learning from their mistakes of how they made everything way too defined, and they're rendering down not only to make it look better but for the 1.16 update. And I feel the Ood are one that certainly need a lot of sort of redesigning, and especially with the Silence, we can see that there's a lot that can be done. The Silence were a fairly atrocious model, but they got a beautiful new redesign, and I think the Ood deserve the same thing. And yeah, I mean, you can see they went too defined because they added feet in Minecraft. Feet. Other than that, the AI isn't great. I don't really get a lot of sort of semblance whether if it's evil or not. Because, like, here's the thing with the Ood. You had so much potential. You could have done something very similar to the spider AI in Minecraft, where in day it's peaceful, in the night it's hostile. If you want to go really simple, but you could have done something, with like sort of a more normal Ood. Oh, it went and disappeared there a bit. You could do something with like a normal Ood, but we've only got Red Eye, and I think that's just a bit of a waste of potential. But otherwise than that, yeah, it's not great AI and model wise, but I feel that with a good update it could be vastly improved. Now here are the redesigns. Now, okay, I'll be the first to admit that these aren't great looking designs. I'll happily admit that. I'd even go as far as to say that this one is far superior to my redesigns. However, it's not the design much that counts in this video, more the sort of AI and the meaning behind each one. So, if you're going to spam my comments with, oh my goodness, this is awful, what are you even doing? Don't worry, I know these designs aren't great. It's merely just a concept idea, okay? And the first concept idea I had was, sort of like a day, I would sort of have, this version, sort of like a regular neutral Ood. Now you got Red Eye. Now these may spawn at night, or maybe in a cave, or hey, even if you hit, just this regular neutral Ood. Fairly simple, concept idea. Same as sort of maybe spiders, AI wise. And then finally we got the little child one. I don't know. I just thought it'd be cute, if you ever bred Oods, you could have like a child Ood, and that sort of factors into the next big thing I've actually got for this video. Now I thought, these Oods could be tameable, and I thought if you're going to tame them, maybe something like, I don't know. I didn't really know what you'd use to tame an Ood, so I thought maybe like braid matter or something. I know that's really weird, but it leads in to this next concept idea. Now here's the major improvement I made, and you can probably tell what it is immediately. Professions, but not like villager professions where you trade and stuff. No. These are more like jobs, like the Ood are sort of servants, and you, I thought, is in the Dalek mod as a survival aspect, could sort of tame an Ood using sort of the brain matter or whatever. You could tame a natural spawning Ood, and you could make them do sort of jobs, like they could become a farmer or a fisherman or a defender, or, well, you'll see what that is at the end. And we're going to first start and look at the farmer Ood. Now, you can probably sort of see where I got the main influence from it. I sort of popped the old 1.16 hat on like the regular neutral Ood, and, put that little weird grey thing that you all have. I don't know. And yeah, so you can go into sort of maybe a GUI of like your tamed Ood and change its profession, or it could go similar to the villager ones from 1.16, in that they have like a villager profession block, and this Ood will gather all this wheat and sort of put it in chests and stuff. I mean, there have been tons of mods that have had sort of ways you can get NPCs to do your sort of like menial jobs like farming. But I thought, if you're going to do it in the Dalek mod, why not do it with an Ood? They could be sort of the Dalek mod version of villagers, and I think you could add a really cool layer to Dalek mod survival. Moving on, we have the fisherman Ood, and now this one pretty much speaks to itself. It will sort of fish for you, and it'll put it into a chest maybe. That's the simple idea for it. And moving on from that, we have the guard or the soldier ood. And now this one is mainly for, defending your base. This is like an iron golem ood. And if they detect any hostile mobs, they'll go in and attack, whether using maybe a translator board or one of the Dalek mod weapons, I don't know. But yeah, I've sort of given them an old sort of World War II army look. It's just a bit of fun. But they could look something different. It's mainly the idea of giving all these oods a separate profession. And these are the three main ones I thought of where you could use oods. So you've got trading with villagers, and now you've got actual sort of jobs with oods. And think how cool that would be, with these oods, you could really start a proper farm up, and and it would also create just such a cool new another layer to this amazing mob that could be it could have so much potential. But I feel that with this, it could really crack through and be an amazing part of the Dalek mod. Now, moving on to my favourite of the new oods and sort of the final one. This one is more sort of for a multiplayer aspect. Now, if you guys know Time Lord Victorious, there was a story with an assassin ood, and I thought it would be really funny if you had like an assassin ood on multiplayer. So you can maybe type in a little GUI, this one pops up, a person's username, and they'll teleport maybe to like a 50 block radius and try to kill the person that you've sort of targeted. And think how awesome that would be. And this would just be, I just imagine this being so much fun in places like DMU where you can go and order a hit on your friend. I just think that would be awesome and hilarious. But yeah, that's sort of my favorite one. I know it's a bit stupid, but I want to add my little touch, my favorite little touch. And you know what? It's my video, so I can do what I want. So that's my basic idea. Professioned oods will do certain chores for you, but I thought that's too easy and too simple, and if this wasn't survival, it could be used so much to really enhance the player too far. So I thought, why not have some drawbacks? And that's when it hit me. Red Eye, Planet of the Ood. We've already seen sort of the idea in Doctor Who where the Ood were over-domesticated, mistreated, and in that way they got the red eye and rabid and they went insane and started killing people. What I did mean is that each player should be given, if they tame an Ood sort of clout bar, or I don't know, an ood karma bar, basically meaning that if you keep the oods in sort of in a good manner, if you feed them, or if you give them certain items, then your ood opinion layer will go up. However, if you punch them or you mistreat them, or if you actually tame too many oods and you have like a massive sort of factory farm, I had an idea where they'll lose their profession and they'll turn into red eye oods and start trying to kill you. And I thought that would be kind of a cool idea, and basically sort of limiting and drawing back your levels. So, if you had like 3 oods, you'd be fine. But if you had like 20 oods, then you might be in trouble because, the red eye could start to get you. And I feel that sort of makes it have a good drawback. But yeah, that's fairly my simple idea. And that's it. I know it's not been a long video, but it's mainly just a small idea, and that's what these improvement videos are, just small little videos in between and scattered about, to keep the Devil and the Doctor content up. And I thought the idea of, having domesticated oods doing your chores, similar to 1.16 villagers, I thought that would just be such a cool idea. So yeah, I think that'll be it. Thanks very much for watching, and bye bye.